Despite what my very cute bowl says, life is not so good. I'm blaming my PMS on the fact that I laid in bed for an entire day crying. Like, I thought I would run out of tears after like 2 hours, but I just kept crying. That was yesterday. Today, don't know if we're doing better or not, but I'm trying. And so I figured it was the perfect time to talk about life coaching, especially because during my Cry Fest yesterday, I was watching one of my friend's YouTube videos where she talks about how she just launched a life coaching business. But the week before, I was watching Georgia Bridgers, who I had on my podcast, and she was talking about how her mom got her like a life coaching package. So she's been doing life coaching. And then I was talking to my friend Dally, who has been on my podcast, and she has a podcast too, and she was talking about life coaching too, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these life coaching themes. I actually got life coaching, and I was like very embarrassed to talk about it or like admit it, I guess, a few years ago, so I figured I'd make a video about it today. Okay, so back in 2018, I had just graduated college. I was very miserable, very not in a good spot. And so I just moved from my parents' house, took my graduation money, and moved to Boston without a job. That sounds so familiar. When I got to Boston, I was okay. I had my apartment, I had a few friends, and I would just work out, and I was like, I will not be happy until I get a job, because I've worked my whole life to go to school, to get a job, and I don't have a job, so I can't be happy. I found a friend on the internet, on good old Instagram. It was this girl, Casey, and she was like talking about some of the stuff that I never ever thought about. She would talk about how like your internal world reflects into your outside world. So like everything that's going on in your outside world is just a mirror to what you're feeling inside. I was like, no, the outside world is just the outside world. She would talk about how you can like change your thinking patterns and look at things in different perspectives and think different thoughts in order to create different reality. At this time that I'd found Casey, I'd gotten this job that I was like, oh, I have to get a job, and then I can like start working on how unhappy I am. And I did, but like I thought the job would immediately fix everything because that was like the goal, and it didn't. So when that happened, I realized I need some direction. I need something else. I see that she's offering an online class and life coaching. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I even remember telling my friends that I got life coaching. They're like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to get this coaching. It's like a 4-week class with 2 life coaching things. And so in the first session, I'm talking with Casey. I'm just kind of telling her what's going on in my life, like how I'm feeling not the best about everything. And I'm sure I was very serious, monotone, like very emotionally not like there, because that's how I kind of am before I like kind of get into my groove. 1 session at the beginning of the 4 weeks and 1 at the end. And so each week I would like read these little modules, and I have my notes on them and everything still. It was called Manifesting Your Dreams course. I would just like go through the modules once a week, take notes, learn all about like mindset, learn about stuff that I've never learned about or thought about ever before in my life. I just lived my whole existence thinking that you go to school, you get A's in all your classes, you're perfect, you go do some type of degree that's like very esteemed, and then you just go and sit there and do the work, and it's like really fun. She was the first person to get me into meditation and then awareness. So like awareness of what I was doing every day, how I was thinking. I literally need to do this again because now I'm scrolling through my notes and I'm like, oh my God, I need to change my life again. Surprise, surprise. She also taught me about like intention setting. Like, I never realized when I woke up, I could just like take a minute to say, okay, what is my intention for the day? Like, how do I want to feel? What do I want to accomplish? Who do I want to spend time with? What do I want to happen? I just always woke up and just like ran into whatever I was supposed to do. Late for class, early lift, school, just waking up for school in general. Like, I never stopped to pause and think about anything. I was like, you just have to keep doing stuff. You just have to keep doing stuff and then just keep going and going and going. So yeah, this type of life coaching was just kind of a mix between manifesting, learning about manifestation, like law of attraction, and just like actual coaching. And something I'm learning more about in my manifesting and astrology is everything starts as a thought in your head. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's happy, sad, it literally all starts there in order to shift what's going on and what you're doing. What I really need to focus back in on is the awareness of like the thoughts that I'm thinking. I think I've been feeling really sad and just really like I pushed myself out of my comfort zone too hard. That's honestly how I've been feeling. Like last week, I had a really good week. And then this week, I've just had a rough few days. And I've been trying to not think and overthink and just trying to let myself and like my body just feel it, you know? Because it's true, I did push myself and have a lot of life changes. And I think now that I've pushed myself to be living on my own for the first time, to be in a completely new city, to be working towards being an entrepreneur and working at things and not having a paycheck coming in, and just like now I'm getting scared that I've done all this stuff and it's like too much. Like I need to stop thinking about my old apartment, my old life in Boston, the desk I used to sit at the window I used to sit at, the breakfast place I used to go to get my favorite breakfast sandwich. Like, it's like, instead of feeling expanded, into my new life and new adventure, I just felt myself like shrinking back into just like my wanting to be comfortable, because growth is just so uncomfortable. And that was a little bit of a tangent, but that was what like working with my life coach, Casey Edwards, I'll link her in the description, was like. And so it really allowed me to have this attitude adjustment is what I call it now, where I would go to the job that I didn't like and I would take every part that I could out of it that I liked, and feeling like my best self even in this environment or this role that I just didn't enjoy from like a life's purpose kind of place. After a few years of working there and just like changing my mindset and going through and growing through a lot of things, find another job and quit that chapter and start a new job. And that all didn't go as planned, but I think we can all relate to that year 2020. It's just part of the journey. And yeah, I just wanted to share my experience with how I got life coaching, and just that I really enjoyed it. It really helped me, even though I only did 2 sessions and did it for the 4-week course. It really set me up for a good trajectory where I was in my life at that point, with just learning about my thoughts and thinking about my career and setting intentions and just like taking the next steps after closing the chapter of working for my whole existence to get a job. I'm curious if you're a life coach feel free to plug yourself below. Has anyone else ever gotten life coaching? What did you think of it? I feel like in 2018, like therapy and life coaching and having coaches for your business, like maybe I was just younger then, so I didn't realize like people were doing it, but I feel like now it's blowing up a little bit more, and just like learning about all the different kind of coaches and people that you can have as part of your like life that aren't just your friends or your parents. Like, I don't know, it's just so cool to think about all that stuff. And I'm really interested in it, and I'm gonna keep learning more, and I will let you know. So thanks for coming to this video. If you've been going through it, you know what? This cute ass bowl that says life is good might be true to you. Life may be good. If it's not, or if it doesn't feel like it, I feel you. Grow up, don't give up. That's what I've been telling myself. And we'll get through it. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.